Hello, I'm Bood and welcome back to a brand new episode. It's episode 23 of Stronger Together, my series with the mighty Tame Valley. As always, thanks for joining me. Make sure you smash that thumbs up. Go on, just do it. Right, bit of a shirt update. Now, they were supposed to be here today, the day I'm filming this, the Friday, and then posted out on the Monday. I had a message today saying there's another 8-day delay. It's nothing to do with me. A company's making it, Victory Kits. They get them from China. I didn't know that either. So they are coming. Batch 2 and Batch 3 have been promised will be here in February. My shirt's in it, my kid's shirt's in it, so I'm feeling your pain if you're still waiting, but they will come, so I do apologise. Talking of shirts, we've got one right up there. Yep, it's our French genius, Darrell Mochion. Darrell's been a great player. Darrell. He's been a great player as Darrell, and he's given me games to give to you guys in giveaways, and he also gave a shirt to give away. So the guy's an absolute legend, and he's a legendary player, so I think he deserves his shirt up on the wall. And that's a great segue into legends and legendary players. It's a new season, and we got to the playoffs last year. I want to do that again. But it's time for change here in the Valley. Big change. And I want to start the episode now by paying our respects to some of the fallen heroes that have gone, that fell by the wayside this season. Legendary players. Many have gone. Many wanted to leave. Many have kicked out the door. But that doesn't mean I don't love them. That doesn't mean we don't respect what they did for the club. These players, these heroes, these men of the valley helped us get to where we are today, and we will never forget them. Not a single one of them. We'll love you forever. You're not forgotten. Take care, my brothers. So of course we've lost tons of heroes. CP, Ben Ballantyne, the list goes on. Some of them actually wanted to go. CP wanted to go, Willie Grieg wanted to go. A few didn't, but I think it was just, they just come to the end. If we really want to take that next step, I wanted to change the team, and we brought players up from the youth academy. I've been able to bring some players in. We'll have a look at the squad in a minute. I'm just showing you the squad depth here quickly so you can see some of the names, some of the new names. And you might remember I had 7 million to spend. I still had 7 million at the start of the season, but they decided to spend a ton on facilities, which I really like. I think that's the best thing to do. So I didn't actually have 7 million to spend, and I didn't want to spend it because in fact we haven't really got any money now. So let's check out the boys quick. Dougie Black, he's staying here, possibly his last season. I generally couldn't find anyone else that was any better, that knew us and loved the club like him. So for now, he's still the backup. Greeno, of course, a lot of offers for him this summer, and he didn't moan once. I think he's finally happy here. He's settled. He pulled off some heroics in the playoffs, and he had some absolute howlers in the playoffs. But yeah, we're not going to get much better than Lee at the minute. Our new left back, we signed on a free released by Tottenham. I think he looks cracking. So yeah, he's Armenian, although I do think he's actually English as well, but he's decided to hopefully play for Armenia, I think that is. So yeah, great find. Number 1 left back is of course Carl Martin. I think he's developed, he's grown with the team, and yeah, 26 years old now. Good left back. Another cheeky pickup from Spurs. They are dropping their youth a bit easy, and it's George Wilkinson. Now, I don't think he's as good as the left back. But look, he's got great potential. I don't think he's good right now. But yeah, these kind of players that just get discarded by the likes of Spurs and bigger teams, great for us in the Championship. But my number 1 is still Joe Page. He's a beast. He was fantastic in the playoffs. That time he lost the ball, don't know if you remember. By the time they countered us and got back, Joe was already there. Like barging guys off the ball. Hero. Now Andy was supposed to be the backup right back. Ended up playing a lot of the season at centre half because he's a very good centre half. So he's going to probably be my starter this year. And partnered by Gavin Ring, who was awesome for me last year, and we missed him in that second leg of the playoffs. You could tell the difference when we got absolutely tanked on. He makes a massive difference in defence, definitely. Matt Dunster is still here. Good little player, good squad player, and that's what it's going to be. Now, signed from Burton, we've got Nathan Barry. He's cost me 190 grand. I like him. He's got good tackling, he's decent marking, good positioning, could become good. He's an ex-Tottenham player, so he got released by Spurs last year. Burton picked him up on a free, and now we've signed him. Onto the midfield, and we've got our French marvel, Darrell Mochion, the shirt on the wall dude this year. Great player. did really well last year. Oliver Walcott's still here. I think he developed a lot last year. He's only 21. And I expect him to keep going. Murray McCord, he's one of ours. He was on loan last year. 18-year-old Scotsman. He's unhappy because he wanted to play for us last year. And he wasn't happy that I didn't put him in the squad and I loaned him out. So he still is unhappy, but he's got loads of potential. And this is the kind of player now, I think, because he is actually potentially a championship player. And Ben Ballantyne wants, so you have to make them decisions. And I'm also giving a chance to Hugh Rogan, who we actually signed on a free last year. He spent last year in under 23s. Again, loads of potential, has the potential to be a championship player. So we're in the championship, they need to start playing. We need to start developing these kids. Now, Stuart Clare, he was my AMC last year, but apparently when I gave him his new contract at the start of last season, I promised he'd play on the wing. So at the end of the season, he said he wasn't happy that he played all season out of position. Tough tits, because that's probably where you're going to play this year. Signed from Hull for 250 grand. We've got Ricardinho Abreu, that's what I'm calling him. 21-year-old, he's English, good ability now, great potential, great passer and great technique. Claire might be on the bench. On the wings, I think we're doing well. I think we're strong going forward, you know. We've got Matt Barton still on the left, who just keeps getting better. And of course, Maka, who's really got some competition now this year. That's two cracking left wingers. On the right, you just can't flush this dude away. He did fantastic for us last year. And he's the kind of player you look at on paper and think maybe you need to upgrade that at some point, but he performed. Can he perform again? We also have Johnson Baron, the guy. How many Spurs players have I got? Now, I'm not tying this in on purpose, but I've just started a rebuild with Tottenham. I'm realising I've got a lot of players I've either got from Spurs or signed after they've been released off Spurs. It's about 5, innit? Go and check out my Spurs rebuild if you haven't already. You'd probably see me right hand side's weaker, wouldn't you, really? The left side looks well strong. And Claire can play out there too, so I've got all these options. We've got 3 proper strikers this year. I have, yeah. And of course, we've got the masterclass at Isley. Puts the ball in the net, so enough for us to keep him. He's staying for now. And we all know this guy is its captain, Kano. He's been a legend. He did really well last year. But we might finally have a little bit of competition. Our biggest ever signing, 875 grand it cost me. It's Chris Edgar, who is an inch taller than Brian. Could be better than Brian. Look at his finishing. Captain Kano's got competition, proper competition. So yeah, we have got options now. So of course, we haven't got tons and tons of talent, but we've still got heart. Are we going to have lost a lot of that heart though, losing a lot of our original players? We're going to have to wait and see this season. I've got no idea. Hopefully we don't. The bookies still don't fancy us one bit, but I do. I want to go back in them playoffs. They started the training facilities all the way back in January. And then it went out in the summer, the payment for it, because it was for stadium maintenance. So that's the only thing I can think of. They took 5 million out of my bank account. But that's what we need. A club like us is going to keep needing to do this. Better facilities hopefully means better players, contract better players. Because until we do get in the Premier League, if we ever do, we're not going to be rich. I mean, the Premier League changes everything though. They're not putting any pressure on me either. We got in the playoffs last year. They're not that asked. They just want to stay in this division. No one believes in us. I do though. Because we still have this as well. The best coaching team. And I haven't done anything to it. We're still the best. Enough said. Our pre-season was tons and tons of fun. Because we went out to Portugal, which was amazing. Clean sweep there. Then we had the Evolving Mindset Cup. And now it's the 3rd season we've had the Evolving Mindset Cup. And the first year we beat Stockport in the final. And I didn't know the game did this. And last year we got beat by Stockport in the final. This year we got them in the semis. Went on to play Oldham in the final. And we won. Right? But check this out. It's keeping its history, but only from last year. The first year has not been kept. So we did play in 2024 and beat Stockport in the final. So have you done this yourself? I didn't know the game never used to do this. I know that for a fact. This is a new thing, right? So maybe you do it the first year and it just thinks it's a one-off. But if you do it again, it'll start recording the history of it. So I'm a bit gutted that our other victory isn't there. But that is cool. I do this every summer. I love it. Then we played Union SG and then the big one. We managed to get a friendly with Denton Town. So we had a derby for the first time in years. So shall we watch the derby day goals? There's Pagey to Abreu. That's what I'm going to call him. He's a made up player. I can call him what I want. Look at Lee Masters. Hey, getting on the old score sheet in the derby. Here we go. Hanley with a throw into Maka. Maka was lucky there. Cheeky back heel. The new boy lofts it in. Watch this from Joe. pick that out from Pagey. And then we'll watch our third. We won't watch theirs. Don't care for it too much. Look at the little bit of football there. Masters taking his time. Cheeky dink from Macca. We outclassed them. So like promised, we're going to have a quick competition. I'm going to name 3 of my regions after you. I've got loads to choose from, but it depends where you're from. I want to make sure you look like the player on the pitch, obviously. So I'll be choosing the player, not you. Anyone can enter. I'm not bothered. So all you've got to do, you'll find my email down below. And I like to kind of make it hard sometimes. It's not too hard. You've got to email me. Title the email Regen Competition. And can you tell me the name of our original chairman? That's all I need to know. And I'll enter you all into it. And we'll draw 3 of you out. And we'll name them after you. Quick bit of news. And this was nothing to do with me. I find affiliates a lot harder to do this year. In the past, I've always been dead easy to do it, get money affiliates, all that stuff. It's a bit harder this year on FM21, and the board did this themselves. They sorted this link out with Burnley. We can have a friendly, we can loan players off them. So it is, I mean, they're not bad, are they? They're in the Premier League. I've not used a link, but I don't think I've ever had that happen to me before, where my board on any other game set up a link for me. So we're going to have a live comp today. It's the opener of the season, away from home, a very famous old stadium, Hillsborough. Now, Wednesday, managed by Craig Gardner, finished 19th last year. They did struggle. So hopefully we can do well against them today. I mean, we've played them a few times. We've had them in EFL Cup a few years ago, FA Cup the same year. We won both of them. We beat them in this exact same fixture last year, 2-1. And then they absolutely spanked us one. At home at Block Sages Park, but no offence, we had Dougie Black in there. I must have beat him. That got Ben Ballantyne, Jose Rodriguez, Mooney, he's left as well. So yeah, I probably took a gamble with that one, didn't I? Now we have a couple of major injuries. Daryl Motion has lost a bollock or something. What's he done? Looks like he's got a penis injury. Unflushable nearly got a penis injury. They just want to get back into Chanel, don't they, the bastards? And look at that, groin strain. I know his game. Edgar, luckily for Brian, is still got a pulled thigh. I think Chanel might be pulling something else, if you know what I mean. And then Barton, he's struggling as well. So a couple of big time players who all probably would have played. Then to cap it off, not only is he carrying injury, but our number 1 left back is suspended. So yeah, that's a lot of names missing. Hopefully we can put on a show here. First game of the season. And we'll start off with a win. So welcome to Hillsborough Classic Stadium. Yeah, we'll have to see how well we do here today. I've made a few changes. I've got Matheson who can cover at left back playing. I want to give us half a chance. Obviously Barron's on the right. Got McCord starting as well in the middle. Wednesday kick off. I do fancy a rebuild with Wednesday one day. I'm going to have to leave it a bit though. I'm doing Spurs at the minute. I'm going to Germany after that. I want to try a few other things. Loads of stuff I want to do. I think once this series finishes, I don't know if you've ever watched it, some of you maybe have. The last 2 years I've done a series called The Road to Anywhere, which is like a journeyman. This year I really want to like put my stats to the bottom. I want to start in somewhere like out of Mongolia. And the world is my oyster. I'm not putting any restrictions on it this time. I'm just going to go for it and go on an adventure. That, if I do it like I normally do it, I do it once a week, a season a week, once a week, Saturday night. So I know a lot of you have liked that in the past. So that's what I'm going to follow this series up with. But we've got a lot of legs left in this. It'd be great if we can ever get the Valley to the Premier League and win something, even just an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup. That'd be fantastic. Especially if we still have one of the originals in the team as well. That would be very special. Unlike this game. But if you have watched my Spurs rebuild, I probably enjoyed that. And the summer, I stayed up till 3 AM last night. Getting the transfer window out of the way. I've got to get the season. I've played a bit this season. Got to get out of the way. Hopefully I want to get it out on Sunday. We'll see. But yeah, and I was up at 5. So I don't know how I'm still awake now because I'm filming this late as well. I've got no time, and that was some goal. Sort of missed it because I was talking. Let's have a replay. Right, here we go. Kane picks it up, gives it to Abreu, the new guy. Beautiful ball, and Barron just charges forward. Shouldn't have scored from there, but he did. So I will take that. Nothing really happened up until that point. I did demand more, and they gave it to me. This game this year is fantastic for transfers. for breaking down deals. And if you watch the rebuild, you'll see you can just break down. It makes it more realistic. If they want 120 million, you can really break it down. Do you know what I mean? Into different segments and stretch your finances out. There we go. Ring, great player. He's found McCord, the new kid on the block. Nice pass to Barron. He's trying to thread it through to Abreu. We're on fire. We're on fire. Put us out. Ricardinho. What a name. What a name. I love little players like that bigger teams or teams, average teams don't want. I mean, I think he was at Hull actually, and we're better than them. So, an 800 grand's a bargain. I mean, he's not a world beater. You're never going to buy a wonder kid. But I love little pickups like that. Absolutely love them. And I'm loving this game now. Turn the screw. This will be a great win if we can get this today. Great foundation for the season. Right, our time, and I'm pretty happy. They've had 5. We've had 8 shots. But there's not been a lot of highlights, so they must be pretty crap, to be fair. And I've got it on extended here. But 2 goals. We're doing well. We're doing really well. Right, boys, I'll have more of that, please. Let's score another couple of goals. That would be nice. Might have to make a change at some point. I've got to give Lee a game, especially while Edgar's out. I've got to give Lee Masters some time. Now, you may or may not know, but I'm a massive comic book fan. I know all the history of Marvel and DC. Marvel's my favourite. I love all the going back to the old stories and knowing everything about everyone. So obviously I love all the new movies. Every time one's come out, I've been to watch it. And at the minute, I'm watching that on WandaVision. Have you checked it out on Disney? Fucking brilliant. You watch the first one, you're like, what's this? And watch the second one, you're probably going, what's going on with this series, man? But trust me, you just got to trust in the boys at Marvel. They know what they're doing. I just wish the boys at Star Wars knew what they're doing. And they're both owned by Disney. Oh, here we go. Captain Kano. Actually, I've made a change. It's not took effect yet. Here's Clark for Wednesday now. On the right-hand side. Oh, good tackle. So yeah, the change is we've got Rogan on. And I've taken off McCord. So it's one of our new young midfielders for another one. Just because he was on a yellow. I made 2 more changes. Stuart Clare's coming on the left for Maka. And Lee, the masterclass legend, he's come on for Brian Kane. It'd be funny if he just comes on and scores. Because Brian, that's how you do it. I only need 5 minutes. Here's Pagey. Being better if he set it up. Finds Barron. Gives it to Walcott, you donkey. Yeah, I've got to be honest. Whenever I do this, obviously I watch an extended version of the game and I cut a lot of it out. It's not been the most fun. I'm not cutting out stuff for no reason. It hasn't been the greatest game. But, like I said, you know, a team that's apparently bottom of 3. Yeah. Have you noticed my plaster, by the way? Look at the finger it's on. I had to go in garage to get something today, and there's an old glass herb jar that fell down something into the box, and I didn't know. I put my hand in and just went. Do you know, it's a bad cut, but it just won't stop bleeding like a fucking tap, like pissing out for fun, dripping everywhere. Right, come on, this is the dying moments. Keep a clean sheet, boys. Keep a clean sheet. I'm attacking it though, really. Should I go? Well, if we get away with this, I might actually change it. I maybe should have changed it. There you go. Right, I'm going defensive. Sod it. Well, there you go. We did enough and we've picked up the points today. I think we were the better team. Like I said, not the greatest game. Couple of good performances. Couple of good goals as well. One from a new lad who is pissed off with me now because I didn't strengthen the midfield. That's put us in 8th. Obviously, we've got 3 points and it's a long way to go. I don't think anyone drew. Is that right? Everyone either won or got beat. Bad, that, isn't it? Now, Denton Town actually have a new manager, and he's a player I love. Right. And Denton Town are also one of the favourites to go up. I think the favourites have finished 3rd. They've got Henrik Larsson as the manager. Now, obviously, he was Celtic forever. I'm a Man United fan, and we only had a little snippet of him late in his career, but he was class. Well, there we go. That is the end of the episode. Thank you, as always, for checking it out. Hit that thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. I think that's a great way to start. I think we look like we've got something about us. We still have. We're still the Valley, even though we're losing some of our identity, losing some of them players. But I think we've got quality here. And what it is we've got players who have got either championship ability or can be championship ability. And that's the road we've got to go down with our limited finances. And I just think, I believe in it. I think we can do well. I really, really do. So I'd love to know what you think. Don't forget to enter the competition as well. Email me down below, Regen Competition, and tell me what our original chairman was called. And I'll draw 3 names out and we'll work it out from there. And that's the only time I'm going to do it, I'll be honest with you. So it's a very special little thing just for you hardcore people who are still with this series, because it don't get the best views but it's my favourite, which makes you my favourite. So I hope you're happy, I hope you're safe, and I hope you come back for mid-season episode 24. Stay safe, I'm Bood. Bye bye.